All right, what's up, guys? It is 4:35 a.m. I'm up in my hoodie, but you know what? We're just going to crank into a training here. I want to share with you guys how to create sales freedom in your business. And what does that mean? Okay, so let me just click over to my iPad. I don't want to waste any time here. Just go right into the training. 2 seconds. I just got back from Dubai and I got like a bajillion tabs open because apparently I decided to book my hotel literally right before I flew. So that's stupid. Anyway, where are we? All right, we're going to share this. And you should be able to see my screen. Okay. So this is what's up, guys. This is what's up. So everyone in business, come on, man. Let me just delete this. What we all want is sales freedom. Okay, sales freedom. What does that mean? Well, sales freedom to me is a mixture of wealth, leverage, and growth. Okay, when you have that, you have more time, you have the money, and you have that sense of progression, of momentum, if that makes sense. Okay, so if we are to achieve these three goals, maybe I'll color this one in a little bit. Bam. You got to forgive my OCD. I'm like, I want to color them in. I probably won't do this for all of them. But also, while I color this in, what does wealth, leverage, and growth mean to you? Think of what would sales freedom mean to me? Ask yourself that right now. So there's really three things here. So let me just start cranking through this. I'll delete these mysterious question marks. But the very first one that we're going to want is, drum roll, please. I actually have this up somewhere. Where did I have this? Where'd it go? Sorry, clicking through tabs and stuff. Anyway, the very first one we want to have is a frictionless sales. Next thing we want to have is a profitable model. We want a really profitable model. And then finally, we want a rock star team. Okay. When you're making a buttload of sales, it's a very profitable model, and you have a team doing it. The team gives you the leverage. The model and the sales give you the wealth. The leading people and making money and being profitable, that gives you that sense of growth. And overall, that's how you create the sales freedom in the middle. And so basically what happens, let's go into what happens if you get two of these, but not all three. So let's say that you have frictionless sales and you have a profitable model, but you don't have a team. It's all you. Well, you're going to be working really hard. Typically. Not always, but you're usually going to be working too hard. If you have a rock star team and you have frictionless sales, but you're not profitable, well, you're going to be cash poor, right? You might be making millions of you might be making $100,000 per month, if that's a lot of money to you, or $1 million per month, but spending 120 or a million, 1.2 mil right? So you're not profitable. Profit's the main thing that we're in here for. Cash and profit. Okay. And then what happens if you have a profitable model and a rock star team, but your sales are really hard? Well, one of two things. You either have low revenue, or you might even have actually, I would probably add to this low revenue and morale, right? Your team is probably not having fun. You're probably not a very fun person to be with. You know what? Let's just change that. That's what this is. It's so fun. You want sales to be fun and easy. It shouldn't be this like battle, whereas so many sales trainers want to make it into a battle. And we don't want that. So let's unpack this, shall we? Unless you're not interested. Oh, like, well, I don't know. Da, da, da. Actually, before I unpack it, what goes into each of the 9 pieces here, I would love for you to think this through. If I were to draw a triangle and I put sales freedom, and then down here I had growth, wealth, and then leverage. Which one is your number 1? Which one's your number 2? And which one is your number 3? So a lot of you guys might be like, you know what? I like the money, but I like this one's my number 1. I definitely want the money, and then the sense of growth is my number 3. Growth and balance and stuff like that. Like I feel like I'm moving forward. Other people might be like, yeah, for me, I'm all about the money. I'm all about my number 1 is money. My number 2 is time. Number 3 is growth. And then there's people that maybe you're that entrepreneur that's like addicted to a feeling of growing and moving forward, and you love working with people and building your team, and really for you wealth is like the third one. It's like an afterthought. You're like, yeah, it would be nice, but it's not my main thing. So I'm curious, which one, what are your kind of like top 3 there? Okay, so anyway, let's go into this. If we're going to create a frictionless sales call flow, frictionless sales, what needs to happen? What needs to happen? Well, in my experience, the best leads, the easiest people to sell are the ones who are already pre-sold. They're coming to the call and knowing who you are, what you do, how you help them, why you're different, why they need you. You have a pre-selling process. Okay, so if you're not pre-selling people, you're typically getting a lot of objections. Sales is tough. You got to like battle people. You got to educate people. Your calls take a really long time. It's just a pain in the butt, right? You got to like explain to people like what you do and all this stuff. It's just annoying. Okay. Number 2, second piece of a frictionless sales process is you want to be, I would call it enrolling people. Enrolling people versus closing people. Now, think of the most prestigious universities, a Harvard, for example. What is Harvard doing? They're enrolling people. Universities are enrolling people. They're not out hard selling people. If you go to Harvard, oops, I already drew it out above there. If you go to Harvard and you say, here is a big bag of money, let me in, they will say, no, we have a waiting list of people. You have to sell us on why you're worthy of coming in. Why should we let you in here? We're the prize. So they flip the buyer seller dynamic completely. I kind of like to think of this as like, rather than you closing people, if you have a team, you're like the nightclub bouncer. You're not focused on letting everyone in. You're mostly focused on keeping the wrong people out. And that has a different dynamic on the sales call. Believe me, that is a big one. Okay. Enrolling people. Number 3. Well, what about all the people that say no? That, they, however good you are at sales, there are a certain amount of people who will say no. That is a fact. And we want to be following up with them. But, the problem is a lot of us don't have systems for doing that, or we do it infrequently, or is this weird? So I would say we want a follow-up ecosystem. So the main thing here is like lead efficiency, right? So how efficient are your leads? Meaning if you get 100 leads, okay, let's say out of these 100, 15 book a call and get an offer. So and then out of the 15, you close 3 new clients. You might be like, woohoo, let's get another 100 leads. Well, dude, what about the other 97 people who said no, or not right now, or you just couldn't get through? Lead efficiency is going from a 3% conversion, like over time, to like, what if we could get half of them or 25% of them? All right. So it's like, it's creating an ecosystem of follow-up so that we can get more people in over time. If you're doing that, you're going to have a lot more sales coming in when you're not like in this buy or die mode. So if you were to rank yourself, okay, if you were to rank yourself red, yellow, or green for each of these right now, which one would you be? Red is like, basically, this is non-existent for me. It's broken or non-existent. Yellow is like, it's there. It's like a 5 out of 10. It could be better. It could use a lot of work. Green is like, oh, I'm a god at this. Like, this is perfect. Like, I'm super good at follow-up. Which one are you? All right, let's move on. Profitable model. The first stage of a profitable model. What is it? What is it? Well, we want hold on. We want to be collecting. I would say maximize. It's kind of weird for me writing like this, but we want to. What's the best way to do this? Maximize upfront cash. Okay. I don't care if you close $100,000 deal. I care about how much cash did you collect upfront today. Okay. Our businesses need cash and they have to be profitable. This goes without saying for most people, but a lot of people are like, I don't need the cash. I have all this projected, I have all this this MRR now. Like, no, you don't. It's only about cash, upfront cash today. That's what matters. Sorry, my OCD is like, this must be green. No, it's a different color. God, are you kidding me, bro? Anyway, Upfront cash today. How much percentage? It's a percentage, 0 to 100%. You want to be on the 50% plus upfront today. Okay. That's number one. Cash is king. Number two. What is number two? Can you guess? We want a premium offer. Premium offer. If we want to be profitable, we got to be premium. You can't be competing on price with everyone else in the market. I had to fix it. We can't be competing on price, guys. Premium offer. My buddy David sells offers that are 6 figures, multiple 6 figures in the high ticket space. Do you have a 6-figure offer or a 5-figure offer or 4 or a 3 or a 2, or a 7? There's guys that sell $1 million packages, coaching, consulting. It's not unheard of. And you don't have to be a Tony Robbins type either. It's more about the who, not the what. So look at your offer. Would you say it's priced appropriately to run, to give you what you want out of life, wealth and growth and leverage? Is it priced appropriately? Okay. And then finally, once you have maximized your cash collections and you're charging what you should be charging, most people do not charge enough, then we can worry about MRR. How are we ascending people and keeping them forever and getting referrals and all that stuff, right? So as a percentage, if you close 10 clients, how many stay? How many stay? How many times, I guess, are you reselling them or retaining them? How many are giving you referrals? And then what about upsells? All this stuff. What's the number? Is it at least 10%? If it's 10%, that's okay. 30% is okay, that's pretty good. 50% plus is really good. If it's 100%, you're just a god at this. But 0%, 0 to 10. Where would you rank yourself? Same deal. Delete this. Bam. Okay. Now, same deal as before. How would you rate your upfront cash collections? So this is a percentage. We could do red, yellow, green, or 0, 0 to 10. Let's keep the color, the traffic light system going here. Okay. It's going to be red, green, yellow, and red. Bam. Okay. If you're collecting less than 50% of your upfront cash upfront, give yourself a red. Give yourself a big red if you're collecting less than 50%. If you're between 50 to 75%, give yourself a yellow. 75 to 100, give yourself a green. Profitable offer or premium offer. Okay, well, this is going to be subjective. Some of you guys are selling maybe multiple 6-figure offers. Maybe it's a 7-figure offer. Maybe it's multiple 7 figures, right? I don't know what the hell you sell or what you charge, but you tell me in your own mind, when you sell an offer, if you're fuck, that was they said yes too fast. Man, I should be charging more. This is more like a feeling, not a feeling, but obviously there's numbers behind it, but how happy are you about selling your offer? Green is hell yeah, it energizes the hell out of you. Okay. It's energizing because you're pumped now to do the work because you're getting paid what it's worth. You still want to be delivering 10 times the value of whatever you charge, but how excited are you to actually make that deal? Right. This is important. Like, are you growing your company? Like, do you need 1,000 clients to make like $1 million? Do you need like 10? Do you need like one? What are the numbers behind your business? And then for the MRR, just go by the percentage. If you get 10 new clients, how many stay? What's the lifetime value of them? Like, how many stay? Like, there's many ways we could do this, but just rate yourself. Is it non-existent? Could it use improvement, or is it perfect? All right. And so maybe yours is right here. Cool. Let's just keep this train moving. I want you to give yourself colors though. And I would be really interested to put your colors in the comments of this YouTube video, or DM me on Instagram or Twitter at Ben W. Byrne, and just let me know, hey, here's my model. These are the things that I need help with, or like, these are my next sticking points, Now, if we're going to truly create leverage in sales, right, eventually you're going to have a rock star team. Now, if you're a closer or an appointment setter right now, you might be like, this isn't relevant to me. Not true. At one point, you are either going to be a sales manager or you're going to be a business owner. You're probably not trying to be a salesperson forever, right? Like, you want to make more money than just 10% commissions or 4% or 3% or 5%, whatever they pay setters these days. So the first thing you're going to have to do is know how to hire, hire a talent. So A player talent. How are you going to find them? How are you going to recognize them? You can tell if you have, an A player. There's A players, B players, C players, D players, F players, but it's all about the performance, like finding them, but like recognizing them. If you like, I guess, being able to evaluate your current team, how to like recognize an A player, what you should charge, having SOPs for this whole thing. If you're already great at that, if you're like, hell yeah, like I know exactly what to look for, amazing. Give yourself a green here, right? Incredible. You got SOPs for this. You've done this a million times. You have endless access to A player talent. Congratulations, you're like the luckiest person in business. Most people think that they have an A player, but they're really a C player. That is a different story, but we got to keep this train moving here. The next piece of a rock star team is, well, what is it? Rock star. I don't want to use rock star twice. It's you got to train them. Okay, you need like SOPs for training these guys. You need daily processes for training these guys, because you got to get them sharp and keep them sharp. Training. So salespeople, this is going to go into number 9 too, but like, salespeople are kind of fickle, right? And they can get rusty quick. So you got to make sure that you have a good portal where if someone joins, let's say they have no idea about anything, you can just train them from the ground up. Or like, at least you can really get them caught up to speed on your business fast. What are the top 10 objections? How do you handle them? Here's like our script. Here's our sales process. Here's like the beginning of day routines, middle of day, end of day processes, all that stuff. Meetings. How are we training them on meetings? How are we keeping them motivated? That's actually goes into the third piece of the Rockstar team, is just that. Leading. So whether you're a closer or this is your business, how are you leading and managing that team? Making sure that they're not getting, by the way, most people do not have good trainings at all. It's very bad. It's very rare that people have good trainings, right? Like you want to create like an assembly line of like A player talent. If they're coming, like boom, you should have this like onboarding thing where they can just dive right in and get caught up to speed fast. If you have that, amazing. You're green. If it could use work, yellow. If it's not there, red. And but leadership, guys, leadership is huge. A good leader can make or break a sales team, right? They got to be someone. You got to be someone that they respect. You know, you have to uh, know how to motivate people. That's huge, and inspire people, right? Like you can easily do the opposite here and kind of turn people off. Like especially really good salespeople, like they like to follow other good salespeople, right? They like to work with people that have a clear vision, that they're smart, that they see the future. Like the leadership is part of it is like you are showing them the future, what's possible for them. Okay, like hey, if you work with us, you know, not only will we be creating wealth, leverage, and growth for ourselves, but we'll be creating it for you too. Like they should want your same values. Like the values here are the three pieces in the middle, like these guys. These are your values, right? So darn it, whatever. Rate yourself right now on your leading ability, right? And be honest, because some of us are natural leaders. You know, maybe you're in sports or whatever. Some of us, it's a skill you got to learn. It's a seriously powerful skill. I mean, most people, it's something that they should like literally invest a lot of time into becoming a better leader. Because leading also has a lot of implications for sales, right? If you're a strong leader on a sales call, you'll close more. So all this stuff, right? If you think about it, whether or not you're a salesperson or you run a team, you're a business owner, all these are applicable to you. But some will be more applicable than others. So after you've kind of gone through this and said, okay, like these are my weak spots, these are my areas of opportunity, let's say, well, you know, maybe I need to maximize my cash flow. Maybe I need a pre-selling system, and maybe I need a training system for my team. You know, the next thing is looking at the next, thinking in 1 year from now, right? 1 year from now, like let's do this. We have a little box that this one is your ideal. If everything went great with your wealth, your growth, and your leverage in your business, what would ideal look like 1 year from now? Maybe this is I don't know, 200K per month. You know, like no sales calls for you as a leader. You're off the phone, and so you got the leverage, and then your growth is, you know, you have a sense of fulfilled, you're happy, and the business is growing. The business is growing. All right. So that would be kind of like the ideal future. Now, what would be one that is just like, okay, it's pretty good. Maybe 150 per month. You know, you take 5 to 10 calls per week. Maybe you like sales, and you know, maybe it's like it's kind of stressful. I mean, whatever. It's like not the perfect situation, but it's better than nothing. You know, 150K per month. The other one's profitability, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, I'm just talking to myself. Okay, it's too early. Now, what would be not so good? Let's call this poor. Not like poor physically, but uh we were 1 year from now, like let's say we're at 50K per month. You're taking like, I don't know, all the calls. The business is not growing. Business is shrinking. So this fulfillment, like so like I guess the growth piece here, when we look at our little this guy, the growth, it could be personal or the business. Like to keep things simple, we can just say the business rather than being a sense of personal fulfillment. Let's also talk about the business growing. Business is growing, right? So business is growing. Business is growing fast, I should say. Business here is growing slowly. Business here is, this should say shrinking. Business is shrinking, right? And then down here, maybe you're in the red. You're not making money at all. You're taking all the calls. You have no team. No team. You're working nonstop. Your business is dying. Damn. This would be like a disaster. Worst case scenario. Now, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. If we were to look at this model for you, if most of these are green, I would say like, so there's 9 of them. If like 75% of these, if like 6 to 7 are green, you're on the green line, right? 1 year from now, you're on a good track. If let's say most of them are yellow, then you might be on the okay line here, line 2. If most of them are yellow or red, you might be on line 3. And if all of them are red, most of them are red, look, you might be on line 4, which is no good. And so really what we are all about here is we want to look at your business in time increments, right? So here we are today. This is today, October, as of creating this, October 26th. Well, if you look at this line here, the difference between the green lines, when is it the smallest? So this might be 6 months from now. This might be 9 months, and then 1 year. It's smallest today, right? The difference is one decision away, right? Maybe it's one training, maybe one system away from putting you on maybe line 3 to getting you to line 2, or going from line 2 to line 1. And if you're already on line 1, then really what your goal is to look at time collapsing. How can we get your 1 year goals done in 6 months? Right? Well, there's lots of ways to do that. I've seen it done before many times. And so really, like, what this is all about at the end of the day is quite simple. One of the things that we would be working with if we were working together is getting you to the next line, or if you're already on line 1, getting you to time collapse your goals, getting you from 1 year goals down to 6 months, maybe even down to 3 months. That makes sense? Cool. So this is what I do, guys. This is completely what I help people with. If you're a coach, consultant, you sell a high ticket offer, really, I would be working with you one-on-one to create systems, SOPs, trainings for all of this, working with you one-on-one, so that, you know, there's not an exact promise, because everybody watching this is at a different place. You might be at 10K per month, 50K per month, you might be at 100K per month, but it's really about looking at what are the weak spots in the business as they are now, right? Like, let's turn these reds to yellows, let's turn these yellows to greens, and really get all this green, so that you get the sales freedom that really everyone wants. So that's the model, dudes. I don't have a ton more of stuff to really show you guys necessarily, or maybe I do. Let me see here. Yeah. So I guess to wrap things up, if you'd like to see what it looks like to get support to turn these reds and yellows into greens from me, well, probably the next best step is to shoot me a DM. You know, DM me, IG or Twitter, probably on IG, or you can email me, but at Ben W. Byrne, Ben W. Byrne. But there should be a calendar link underneath this in the description here. But here's the thing. I want you to tell me, what was your ideal? Okay, I want to know, what was your ideal 1 year from today for all these things? How much money you're making, how fast the business is growing, how much fulfillment you're getting personally, and the leverage. Like, are you on sales calls? How many calls are you taking? How much freedom do you have? What was your ideal? Okay, and if we had to write down the top 3 needle movers, which ones are your biggest next steps? Which ones do you need? Okay, so we will get together, come up with a game plan for 3 things. If you are interested in what it looks like to kind of get some support from me. So the first one is, we want to create a plan. Okay, so like, I want to know, where do you want to be? Number 1, where are we going? Where are we going? You know, there's no right or wrong answer to this. It's just like, what is your vision for your company and your life? Like, some people love doing sales calls and they just want to create a simpler system of close. Some people don't want to do them at all. They want to get that time back. Maybe they're at a different stage in their life. So where are we going? The clearer we are on this, the more accurate of a plan we can make to get there. Number 2, where are we now? Where are we now? What's working? What's broken? What's not working? What do we need? Okay. Number 3, what's getting in the way, essentially? What's slowing you down, stopping you from getting from where you're at today to where you want to be? And then from that, we'll create a plan on how. Let me finish this. We'll create a plan on how to get you from point A to point B. Pretty simple. And if you want to work with me, I'll break down what that looks like. I'll hard sell you at the end. Nah, but really, either way, whether you're going to work with me or not, at least you'll have a lot of clarity into what you need, and we can work together. If that makes sense, awesome. If not, at least you can go and execute that plan, and you have, you know, the clarity on how you're going to get to your ideal situation. It's not like a big mystery. All right, that's what I want from you. And so if you're interested in getting this plan, shoot me a DM. These are the things I want to know. I mean, like, tell me a bit about what you do, obviously, but give me the background. What's your business? Where are you at? Like, what are you, a closer or your business owner? And then yeah, we can go from there. You can book a call below in the calendar, in the description blocks. There should be a link to schedule a call with me. And guys, I've been rambling because it's now 5 a.m. I'm not sure if you can see that on my share screen. I'm going to go to the gym now. Back in Halifax, so I'm back in my routines. And this is a friendly reminder that I have a sword. So if you're going to book a call with me, you better show up. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you leave a comment below. I'd love to know which areas are most relevant for you. And then follow me, subscribe. I'm new to the YouTube game, but I'm going to take it over. Just you watch. All right, guys.